The only thing about Barbara is she does make you wet, but like not really in a good way. Yo, Yakobi James here. Right now you might be wondering, who is this human on my screen? Well, I'm a Genshineer trying to help you. Not that you need it, but here I am. You clicked on this video for my face. No, but you are intrigued by a budget-friendly team for our Edge Boy Demon Lord Tanjiro. Wait, nope, that's Demon Slayer. Right, this is Genshin Impact. I'm talking about Xiao. Now you may wonder, where is Xiao? Who is Xiao? Why is Xiao? He is a polearm user. He is an animo user. He loves being on the field. He needs the right team comp or he will be
useless.
Here's Xiao. Let's break down what he needs based on his moveset. Little fun fact, he is born on April 17th, so he is an Aries. Edge boy. All right, his elemental skill, lemniscatic wind cycling. So basically for this, he dashes doing animo. Great. Based on this information, we know we want some elemental reaction happening, so we're utilizing swirl damage. So here's the kicker. Bane of all evil, Zhao's ultimate. Zhao, it's basically a stance change. Zhao puts on his Yaksha mask. It greatly increases Zhao's jumping ability. It increases his attack AoE and attack damage. It converts all his damage into animo damage, which is very important, and it cannot be overridden by any other elemental infusion. Also to note, in this state, Zhao will continuously lose HP, and if he leaves the field, his ultimate ends. So based on this information, what do we need? What's the biggest things that pop out? I mean, in this game, I would say Zhao continuously loses HP. So every team needs a healer. So let's start there. Okay, so healer for Zhao. Now, based on his kit and the information we have about Zhao, the biggest thing to focus on is HP loss over time in his ult. I think that's the most important thing. So that kind of already takes me to a place like he wants a healer over time rather than a burst healer. So my pick for Zhao's healer is Chi-Chi. Welcome to the stage. Now, before you say anything, you're like, I thought this was a budget-friendly team. In my experience, watching other streams, seeing YouTube videos and everything, it seems like everyone and their mother has Chi-Chi. It's like Mihoyo's just handing them out like candy on Halloween. If you don't have her, you can use Barbara too, but the only thing about Barbara is she does make you wet, but like not really in a good way. um and if you have her elemental skill going, let the show begin. And you're fighting cryo enemy, Zhao can get frozen, and what's gonna happen is Zhao's gonna be frozen and losing health, and it's bad. But why Chi-Chi? Well, both of her elemental skill and her alt and her passive all allow Zhao to continuously gain health with her element. It's also applying cryo damage and heals over time. And then her ultimate marks enemies so that the player on the field doing damage heals themselves based on the amount of damage they're doing. And since Xiao is going to be your main DPS, Zhao can Bane of Evil his life away, but also healing himself at the same time. And then the little plus is once you ascend Chi-Chi past level 60, she has a 50% chance with her normal or charged attacks to apply one of those talismans to an enemy. So it just higher frequency to do that so Zhao can have more stage time. Okay, now that we have a healer for Zhao, that kind of does all the healing, and you don't need another healer for Zhao. So here's one very important thing that I've noticed from all the demos, all the sort of gameplay release sort of information about Xiao. Zhao has never showed fighting something with a shield. It has been my number one concern for him this entire time is how is Zhao going to do against shields? And because they have not demoed it at all, I do not seeing it being a dream ending for Zhao fighting a shield. So Zhao needs a Claymore user. I already said why, because you need to break shields. Otherwise Zhao won't be able to really do anything. We'll see if he can his plunge attack, he can hit people from behind their shields, but as I've experienced by playing with Ganyu is even if you're shooting someone from behind in the back of the head, for some reason it still doesn't do damage. So Zhao needs a Claymore. My number one pick is Beidou. As we already discussed, Zhao loves being on the field, so he needs someone who doesn't like stealing screen time. And this is great about Beidou is she applies electro damage. Great. You already have Chi Chi, so that is super conduct. So that's only going to help Zhao. Also, if Zhao's dying and you're about to get punched in the face, which happens in Genshin Impact, you can swap into Beidou and you can use her elemental skill, which is Tide Collar. And what that does, if you hold it, it shields her from an attack and stores energy damage from the attack she's receiving, and then ricochets it back at the enemies while also applying electro damage. So great. Awesome. So we're getting super conduct where you have a claymore to break shields. We also have someone to defend Zhao. Those are all great, but that is not also the whole reason. Her ultimate, called Stormbreaker, what happens is she creates a Thunder Beast charge around herself, dealing electro damage to nearby opponents. Zhao is a close proximity based attacker, so this is only going to benefit him. You may wonder, what does Thunder Beast Charge do? Well, it increases the character's resistance to interruption and decreases damage taken. So this is it's a shield. It's only going to protect Zhao. It's also applying electro damage, which he can swirl in his ultimate. Also, if you have Chi Chi's elemental skill going, it's just going to be continuously applying super conduct, which is only going to help Zhao in the long run. So I feel like in most cases in this game, a lot of players say they don't. But in the terms of Zhao's dream ending budget friendly team, I say they do. So that pretty much covers Zhao's like Achilles heel, his decreasing health, Chi Chi, his shield issue, which I think is going to be a very real thing, Beidou. So now we need a support. My pick right now with the Chi Chi and Beidou team is Sing Cho. Yes, he does some healing, but that's not really what he's in there for. He's in there for freeze, because if you go Beidou, Chi Chi, Sing Cho, you're gonna freeze, and that's only gonna help Zhao. But the other one thing that I'm curious about is when Sing Cho uses this ult and Zhao is in his ult, when he plunges, is it proccing Sing Cho's swords? If not, my other pick is Fischl. Why? Well, with Beidou and Fischl in here, you get high voltage. Superconduct is going to automatically proc electroparticles, so which is only going to help Beidou be in her ult, which is only going to help Fischl have her ult. So these are both of them are supporting Zhao. And Oz generates a lot of elemental particles. So that is why Fischl is a character that does not need screen time to be effective in battle. All you have to do is swap her in, get Oz back on the field, either if her elemental skill is off cooldown or if her ultimate is procced, you can just swap off of her. And so that is my team for Zhao. This team covers all of his weaknesses. This team also, with Fischl, helps his energy recharge by a lot. All right, so maybe you hated that team. Maybe you don't know Chi Chi. She's a 5-star. I get it. Here's a melt-based comp that will actually work really well, I believe. Zhongling is taking the place of Xinyan. As we already said, we need a Claymore. D-Luke is so not budget-friendly. But Xinyan, she is close proximity in her ultimate. She provides a shield, which is great. Kaya, this is a melt comp. So Kaya also has this ult almost all the time, and it lasts for a while, especially if you have like 1 or 2 constellations on him. And then you have Pyro Ellen, as my stream calls him. Yes, I do stream. Twitch.tv/Yakobi James. Would love to see you. Come follow, hang out, have a good time. Bennett is your healer too, and also doing Melt and Pyro. The thing I don't like about Bennett and Xiao is Bennett is a field-based healer, so Xiao has to stay in that field. Also, with the timing of it, you have to time Bennett's ult while Xiao is in his ult. So it's just like another step that is not simpatico with Xiao's kit. Biggest plus though about this team is it's double pyro, so you do get a 25% attack bonus, which is only going to help Xiao as well. So yeah, I'm very excited about 1.3 events. Things seem to be changing for the better in Genshin Impact. Yes, we still have a resin issue, but that's another topic. Zhao I feel like it's going to be amazing if you have the right team. So hopefully my suggestions helped you. If you have any questions, you can always find me. But if you found some sort of entertainment, information, or just enjoyment from me talking to you, hit that like and subscribe button. Would mean a lot. All the support means a lot. Come give me a follow on Twitch. Would love to see ya. But most importantly, I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, depending on where you're viewing my face from. And this is Yakobi James. See ya.